Hello, we are Team Sigma 9692 and we would like to share our scouting journey being rookies. We participated in the Halich and Marmara regionals. Being a rookie team, our scouting wasn't that great in the Halich regional. However, our scouting did improve in Marmara, but it still wasn't enough and we had troubles during alliance selections where we found data retrieving quite difficult and long. After returning from Turkey, the scouting team decided to make a scouting software for the World Championships in Houston. We made a Google form and database to make data entry easier and retrievable. And we would like to share some of our work with the intention of allowing other teams to use it and would also prefer some feedback for the same. So here is someone from the scouting team who can explain the software in brief.
So this is our Sigma scouting form where we have all the basic information you would require in a match. And now we would go ahead and we make a copy because this form is a link in the description which will make your data public. So we should make a copy, making the form private. I'm just gonna name this as my team number 9692. Now once it loads, I'll show you how to fill the form. Okay, so basically we have a form over here. This is all our information, same as this form, but this is private now. So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna press send, go ahead and press send. We're gonna go to the link, shorten the URL, copy it, and we're gonna go and paste it in the browser. So once this is open, now basically what this does is this will allow you to fill the form. So we're gonna fill some random information, man 76, red, team number 9692, starting position amp, left line true. Okay, so basically 1 is for true, 0 is for false, and we use this because this helps in our formulas while calculating auto EPA and average EPA and total EPA. So now moving on to the autonomous section where we select 3, 0, 1. Now this is the automap feature which is mainly used to map the auto a team uses. Over here you can see that we've labeled the form with we've labeled the image with numbers near the rings. So now we're gonna fill out our auto path. Since we're starting from amp, we're gonna pick up 3 first, 2 for second, and then 1. Basically, P stands for preloaded, which means you're shooting your preloaded node, then you're moving to 3, 2, and 1. Now you go to the teleop section, you press 4 for speaker shots, 2 missed, 3 amplified speaker, and we're gonna put 3 as our amp. Now we're going to go to the end game part of this. In the end game part, again, true and false is used to help in our calculations for end game EPA and total EPA. So let's just go and select one harmony. So this is basically 2 means all the 3 robots on one chain, 1 means 2 robots on one chain, and 0 means only single hanging, only your robots on the chain. So we go ahead and fill the rest of the form out, choosing the drivetrain, offensive, defensive, competition, yes. Now the comment section is not compulsory, as you can see, and this is only added so that you can mention things that you cannot figure out from the data given above. And please use full stops, not commas, otherwise it'll separate and make new columns in the database. So I'm just gonna leave this blank for now, submit the form. Now we go back to our edit axis where we go to responses, we press link to sheets. Over here you can see a new sheet is going to be created soon, and I'm just going to show you the process from there on. So now that our sheet is here, the timestamp, we can see that there's a column called timestamp, which is not really useful, so please ignore it. Now there are a few things that we need you all to do. So instead of short speaker, we name this as speaker. Instead of shots, miss shots, we name this as miss shots. And we rename this to amplify speaker and this to amp. Now we are doing this for a reason. The reason is that in our database, the table names that are used to link everything are according to this, and the shorts part is only coming because of the multi rows. So once we remove this, we go to the drive link in the description. We press download anyway. And now once this is downloaded, I'll show you how to access the database. Okay, it's downloaded now. So we go to this one. I had already downloaded before, so I just chose a recent one. Okay, so here we have the contents part of it. And you can see there is no main table over here, and we're gonna change that in just now. So now we go to text file. Oh, hold on. Now we go back to the Excel sheet. We go to file, download as the CSV. Now we go back to the external text file. We go to the importing section. Then we press browse, download, form responses 1, press OK. Now we have the import text wizard where we press first row contains field names. We do not import the timestamp field, otherwise it'll mess with the calculations. So we select this option. We let access add their own primary key, and now we name this table as main table, and make sure it's the same as this as seen. Otherwise, it won't link all the other data. So now we press finish, close, and now you'll see our table is right here. It's all imported and our database is ready to use. So we go to final report and we enter the team number you want the data for. For example, I've only entered 9692's data, so I enter the team number. Now I have the team number over here and all the information regarding the team, the EPAs which are calculated at runtime, the total score which is also calculated at runtime. We have the auto path, we have all the comments, everything we have. And the hanging is this endgame section is again 1 and 0 indicating true and false, so it helps us calculate the endgame EPA using a formula. Now this is our last part where it calculates the auto EPA average and all the averages according to the data provided above. And we have the note averages too, the notes scored in each section of the game, and as the scoring types. We also have included a shooting accuracy where you can see the averages being calculated at runtime according to this data. You can even use a calculator to verify. We also have a logo over here which you can change. This is just our watermark. And yeah, and now we move on to the pick list helpers. So we have auto EPA section over here, endgame EPA, teleop EPA, and we have total EPA. So over here you can see auto EPA. It's in a descending order. If you add more teams, it will come in a descending order with the top team being at the top. Same for endgame EPA, teleop EPA, and total EPA. So that's all there is for reports. And now we move on to forms. So there's a form called enter data where you can which you can use if you have to modify some data or add some data. You can see we have add record, save record, delete record, and there's next record and previous record, which is just to go through records. It doesn't really matter. But add, save, and delete are your main operators. Delete deletes a record, saves the modification you made, and adds the record. So basically we can see that co-partition is ticked here, and I realize, oh wait, co-partition didn't happen that much. So I press no, I press save record, then we go to final report, refresh it, put the team number again, and you'll see co-partition is ticked as no. So basically now what we are going to move on to is how you can find different teams data, how you can generate reports for different teams without closing the final report and just refreshing it. So we go to refresh, we press, and you enter another team number, whichever team number you would want the data for, and you'd get it. For us, there's only 9692, so for now only going to show that. So yeah, this is 9692's data, and that's all there is for this. There are a few queries that we've used for the data to calculate the statistics and live runtime. As you can see, we have our dynamic query, enter team number. We also have our formulas over here, which you are free to explore once you have the software.
Okay, so that was a scouting process. For any further queries or feedback, please do connect with us either through email or leave a comment in the comment section, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. The resources are provided in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.